Hello, my name's Squidgy, and for those of you who don't know, I am a queer neurodivergent content creator. I'm finally making my first proper YouTube video. Yeah, it's going to be all about APD and different FM systems and cool stuff like that. And I hate really long YouTube intros, so let's just get on with the video. So what is APD? Auditory Processing Disorder, or APD, is where you have difficulty understanding people speaking in noisy places, people with strong accents or fast talkers, distinguishing similar sounding words like 13 or 30, and understanding and remembering and taking in spoken instructions. APD is not a hearing problem, and most people with APD have normal hearing. I myself am not hard of hearing or have any hearing impairments, but I just don't understand what noise I'm supposed to listen to. So to help with these auditory processing issues, people with APD can use FM systems, or also known as remote microphone systems. FM systems aren't used so much anymore. It's normally remote microphone systems, which is what I have because of technology getting better. But saying that, most people still call this an FM system, even though it's not. And I still call it an FM system, even though it's not. Keeping it simple! FM systems aren't really used as much as remote microphone systems anymore, just because the technology is just better. Better technology that you'll find in my Roger Phonak System and my Roger Select. Snazzy, but we'll focus on the focus first. So this is the Roger Focus. It's not a hearing aid, and it's a really easy to use product that sends the sound picked up from my Select straight into my ear. By sending the sounds I actually want to hear directly to my ear, it cuts out distracting background noise. So putting it on is really simple. Well, the glasses need to come off for start. So this little guy goes into the ear like so. This bit goes behind it, and there's random plastic bits that this bit shows in there. It's supposed to stop it from they kind of have like a really faint white noise, but doesn't really bother me. The glasses do fit with it. It's a little bit annoying, but I have found when there's a mask, glasses and the actual FM in my ears, the plastic tubey bit gets a little bit bent out of shape, so I have had to replace them once. But you get given a set when you buy them. And now that that's in, I can show you where the real magic happens. Roger Select. So as you can see, I'm going to do like a beauty guru right now. There are 6 little lines on the inside of the Select. These are the microphones. These pick up sound at a 360-degree direction when it's laying on the table, like so. Which is great for when you're out eating with your family, but sometimes you really don't want to listen to your homophobic uncle making jokes about your sexuality. So if we turn it on, snazzy, when it is laying down, I can't really show you very well, I should have thought this through. So you can see all the lights on. If I tap just this one, only sound is coming from this direction. Now I could tap this one, and then only sound coming from that direction. And again, it's pretty snazzy, so you can only have to listen to people that you want to listen to, and if you're having a conversation with people that are right next to you and then suddenly you want to switch back to everyone, you just tap the middle and you can hear everyone again. But the great thing about the Select is that when you tip it on its side, like so, it will automatically only pick up sound from directly above it, so that you can hear the person talking. Which is great for teachers who need accessibility to be as little effort as possible for them to actually do it. Yay. The Select can either be worn around the neck with the harness, like so, and it always picks up sound really well. Or you can wear it magnetically. Now I don't really personally trust this one as much, because I'm always scared it's going to get knocked and come off. But it is a pretty strong magnet. It's strong if you put it in it properly. The problem with having APD and dyspraxia, haha! Once it's in and it's not coming out. I did have one instant where a teacher had it on and it fell out of the harness onto the floor, and we both just kind of stared at each other like so that was fun. But yeah, I would feel safer with it in this than on this, only because if someone knocks it I'm scared it will like fall off. When you buy your Roger Select, it comes with both of these, so as it should, because it costs enough. But it's not just for listening to people talking live. They also comes with an adapter to put it into your TV, help if I put it in the right way, and like that, and that just plugs into your TV, and so you can hear directly the sound from your TV into your ears, which is pretty handy. I haven't used this because for me I tend to pay much more attention to the TV than anyone talking, so it's not really a problem for me, but for other people that can be very, very helpful. Then you can also have it plugged into anything with a headphone jack. It's pretty cool, which is annoying because I have one of those iPhones that don't have one of these because capitalism. But I plugged it into my computer a few times and it sounds pretty good, so it's pretty helpful. And in theory, if I got like the adapter thing, I wouldn't need to have headphones anymore, and I'd just constantly have wireless ones, and no one would know I'd be listening to music, which is interesting. Foci? Both the Roger Focus II and the Roger Select are really easy to charge. I bought the rechargeable Roger Focus. You can get battery ones, but for me it made more sense to get rechargeable ones because then it's just easier for me to remember, and batteries are really fiddly and I do not like the fiddly. But they are slightly more expensive, but if you think about how you're going to have to pay for batteries forever, it's probably about the same. So yeah, you just pop them in here and they charge right up. Snazzy. And then you just plug them into any USB port, computer, laptop, mains, whatever, which is really handy because if you're like out on the go and you're like, oh, they need a bit of a charge, you can whack them in pretty much anywhere, which is really helpful. But again, I haven't really left the house much, so yeah. Again, for the Roger Select, you just plug it in to any USB port, mains, whatever you like. It's really handy, really convenient. Love it. Now on to the questions from you guys from the TikTok. So, first question, can you use it in another room? Short answer, yes, as long as you're in within 3 meters. So my room is directly above the kitchen, so if I want to plug it into my computer and then go downstairs and do something in the kitchen, I can still hear it, which is pretty cool. But if I'm on the other side of the house on the toilet, it doesn't work. Not that I've tried. No. Can you use the Roger system if you are hard of hearing? Yes, you can. You need to buy a Phonak Roger integrated receiver that is compatible with your hearing aid instead of using one of these. But again, I'm not an audiologist, so I would talk to your audiologist and do lots of research before buying it. They don't necessarily have integrated receivers for every single type of hearing aid. If you have a Phonak one, definitely. But yeah, again, I don't really know anything about hearing aids, I just know through research you need to get a Phonak Roger integrated receiver. Where can I buy one and how much do they cost? I got mine from a website called FM Hearing Systems. I'll link them below. However, they do only ship to the UK. Sorry. My Select cost me £580 and the receivers individually, because you have to buy them individually, which is really dumb because you have to have 2. They cost £1,196 together, so all in all it was around £1,700-ish, which is a lot. I'm not gonna joke about that. It's a ridiculous amount of money, which makes it very inaccessible to a lot of people, which is really frustrating because everyone should be able to access the things they need. So obviously leading on from that, how did I afford it? Around 8 years ago, when I was told that I needed the FM technology, the stuff that was around was only around £800, which at the time was still too much to afford. And my primary school at the time, refused to help because they wouldn't acknowledge the fact that I was disabled at all. So a few months ago I just bit the bullet and reached into savings that my parents had started from when I was born. So pretty much all of them. That was supposed to be for like driving lessons and stuff, but I would much rather be able to understand a conversation and drive. But like one slightly more fundamental. This isn't on the NHS. I personally don't get any PIP, which could have helped towards it. You could use your DSA if you are going to university or disabled student allowance, which would cover quite a bit of the cost of it. But again, if you're applying for it, you probably need it for other things, so if you don't want to listen to anyone, can you just turn it off? No? I'm not hard of hearing or deaf, so I would still be able to hear people when I don't have them on. I just wouldn't be able to process them as well. But again, that's like every conversation I have for the past 18 years, so can you sleep with it in? Best not, as it would probably become like damaged or misshapen, and they do need to be charged after a day's use, so it's best to charge them. I find it's easiest to charge them at night. They only take a few hours to charge though, from like when they're dead, which is really handy. But I just find it easier to charge my phone and everything at the same time, which may damage the battery. That's a problem for future Squidgy. Also, give your ears a rest. Earwax needs to be able to escape from the ears, and constantly having it in isn't very healthy and could cause wax to build up and then you struggle to hear, which then defeats the whole point of wearing it. So yeah, but again, you wouldn't die, it wouldn't explode, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but baby don't, you know. Question, probably the most important, is it actually helpful? Yes. The first time I used it in the classroom, I couldn't really believe how bad my APD was and how much it was affecting my learning. The fact that now I could just do the work instead of having to put so much energy into working out what the work actually is kind of insane. That being said, I've only used it in the classroom. I haven't really used it out and about yet because of COVID and having no friends. So I don't really know how it's going to work in a more outside everyday setting yet. I don't really use it at home because I don't really need to. Yeah, I might do a little catch-up video in like a year's time to see how it's helped, what I've learnt from it, anything I can pass on to other people who want to use the system. And that'd be pretty cool. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. So yeah, that's my Roger FM system, although it's not an FM system, but yeah. If you have any more questions, feel free to chuck them into the comments. I'll be doing a more in-depth APD video at some point in the future about like, my diagnostic process and what it means to me, how it's annoying in my life. So if you have any APD related questions, again, chuck them below. The more the merrier. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I could probably YouTube it. By you liking and subscribing, it not only helps me, but pushes my videos out more, so that more people can learn about ways that they can help their APD and that there is actually stuff out there to help them. Yeah, so that's it.